Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Today we're going to talk about XRP, not so much like the whole, like the world domination news stuff. That's mostly just rehash news from like a couple of weeks ago. We know they're opening up new corridors, and I think the recent interview with Ashish Birla has actually had a positive impact on the price. It doesn't really have much to do with actual usage and volume right now. Just look at XRP charts. There's really nothing out of the ordinary here. But we have seen a small bump for XRP price today. And we're going to talk about like my view of swing trading and price buy and sell points. So if you look at it right here, we were pretty calm until here, about 8 o'clock this morning. And then it jumped from 32.3 to 33.3. So it jumped about a penny from here, about 3%. And now it's on its way up again. Now, usually such jumps would actually be accompanied by dumps. But the thing is, like, this only jumped about 3%. So obviously I didn't really sell here because 3% isn't enough for me to actually take swing trading profit. I'm looking at least for 10 to 15. And there are certain marks that I'm actually looking for. Since I only trade into BTC, I'm looking at the Satoshi ratio, and I'm definitely wasn't comfortable selling at about 6,400. Although it's likely that it would drop back down to 6,200, resulting in about a 3.5% gain for me. But I did not sell here because I was not comfortable. And I'm not selling here yet because I'm not comfortable yet at 6,500. I'm actually looking like I would be intrigued above 7,000 Satoshi to sell out and then buy back in for to get those gains. But the point I'd really feel comfortable selling at is about 7,400 to 7,500. I don't really see XRP breaking out of the overall descending trend that we've seen in terms of BTC, but I think we could see something like this in a bigger like bathtub pattern. If you look at a month, remember 2 weeks ago, we had the sudden drop, a couple of days more drop, and then a sudden up from 6752 to about 7422. So I'm actually looking at about that kind of sort of like that kind of reinsurgence and then an overall drop again, because the downward channel doesn't really seem to be decreasing. And we've had a bit of a bathtub here, but this is not enough for me to actually sell out. I think it's too risky right now to sell out to XRP and try to get like the 4 or 5% gains. I think there is a chance that we might see it go all the way up here, and that would be around 67, 68, and with a decent possibility that it actually might break 7,000 Satoshi. Now, 7,000 Satoshi might be a stretch to break. There hasn't been any real like, I mean, the IMF stuff is like, the IMF stuff, honestly, is rehash news from a long time ago. There's some news about regulations, but I don't really expect it to pump up the price that much. And I do expect, you know, just like here, just like in previous patterns, I might expect like a bit of a surge up like this, and then slowly retrace back. That's actually what I expect from this. And around, if it actually hits 7,000 Satoshi, I will be looking at kind of like selling out and then buying back later at a lower price. Because we've had several of these surges and it's always retraced back down. And I don't really see any kind of prime indicator of XRP usage, which is exactly what I'm looking for on XRP news to actually boost it back up. Mercury FX's increasing usage is not going to be enough to bring prices up. And I don't think any more XRP usage is coming within the next several months. Most of the new corridors they're talking about, actually all of them, are basically X-current corridors, and they don't really show much in terms of actually using XRP. So what's a good point to sell at? Besides the, the 7,000, 7,500 indicators, you can see the price went up when there was a sudden bump in volume. And right now the volume is still actually going up. If you see the volume start to retrace, that might actually be an indicator to sell at the top, because the price usually lags behind volume just a little bit. And if you sell at the top when the volume starts to retrace, I think you're probably pretty good to make, at least 5 or 6% gains right now. But like I said, that's not enough for me to sell. I think it's too risky to sell right now because it might go higher for more gains. But once you hit that 15% mark around 7,000, that's when I think I would really start to, that's when I actually really think I would actually look at selling out and then buying back in later. It worked very well the last couple of times I did it, and I don't really see the pattern breaking because the news right now doesn't actually lead to direct XRP use. They're opening up new corridors, they're expanding, which is great for the far off future, but in the present, I actually do believe it's still going to fall with respect to BTC price. I don't really know where the bottom is in that, but I don't see a break in the pattern. As you see recently on the 1 month graph, the drop in BTC with respect to BTC has actually accelerated, and now we're just kind of like doing a little bit of a small correction. And the thing is, if Bitcoin stays where it is and we go back up to 35, 36 cents, then I will be really, really looking to kind of like sell off. Well, actually, it has to get to like 37 cents. And at that point, I'll be really looking like 37 cents. I'll really be looking to kind of like sell off and buy back in at a lower price, because that would complete like the bathtub shape from roughly 5 days ago. And that would be a big bathtub shape. And at that point, I would actually expect it to taper off. I think the ratio would be around here then, maybe even around here, around 7,000. Then I would actually expect it to taper off again, because we've seen several of these patterns in the past, in the last 3 months, where it goes up by a certain percentage, 5 or 10%. And then it's like here, it went up, a couple of percentage points here, and then it's continued its retrace downward. So I actually do expect the same pattern to continue. It's just a matter of where I think, it's really just a matter of where I think the best point is to sell and buy back in with respect to BTC. I'm looking at like 10% gains, and that's the least amount I would be willing to take that risk of selling my swing trading share of XRP. Obviously, once again, don't swing with your entire stash of XRP. Only swing with a small part of it. Like that's what I do. So even if it starts going up again, you still got that most of your stash to actually benefit from it. Now, like I said, I would only also trade back into BTC, because if XRP goes up, it's likely that BTC is going up as well, and you'd actually get some of the gains anyways from BTC. If you look at the small retrace here, and you look at these 2 points, like it really should be much higher than it is now. I don't see a reason for the acceleration of this decrease. I think this might just be whales manipulating it down faster than it should go. And I do kind of expect it to pop up to about 7,000 at some time in terms of Satoshi value. So that's actually what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm looking for. And that's what I'm looking for my swing trading point. 7,000 Satoshi is my break point, and it depends how fast we get there, if we get there on this swing. So, and if you look at the green graph, I'm kind of looking at really around like this point up here, around 35.5, 36 cents. So that is my analysis. That's actually what I'm looking for in my swing trading before I make a move. And I think those are pretty good break points. I mean, if it continues to go down before that, then I miss like 5 or 6%. But that's fine for me, because I really only want to take the bigger swings. I'm not really interested in taking like the small micro swings in between. Although, like, if you can time those right, you can be much more profitable. But it's very, very hard to time those right. Especially, it's very hard to time that right, even in terms of like Bitcoin value. So I'm not going to be doing that for right now. I'm waiting for it to get to 35, 36 cents. I think when we get to there, it'll probably start retracing again. And I'll be definitely taking a very, very close look at the volume around that point to see if the volume is actually starting to retrace. And if the volume at that point has shown like a good sign that it's starting to go down, I will actually sell out and then buy back in later at a lower price. So that is the analysis for today, the swing trading analysis. Check out my Twitter. It's in my description. Also, retweet and share this video on social media if you like my content. Thank you and have a nice day.